get some of this stuff out of my way. Get my stuff down here. And the first thing I did was I caulked the inside corners, and I did that before I painted last time. And so now I've got to lightly score that with my sheetrock knife, because I want that to come up. If I didn't do that, it could rip up this way, and I didn't want that to happen. There. And there's some over here, because I put caulking there at the end before I painted, and then I had to do the stucco right on up to it. These steps looked really nice when I got done, and they're going to look nice again, just like before. And see, I've got my flexible one, my not so flexible one, and this one is almost as flexible as this one. See that? This one's actually stiffer than that. And believe it or not, I'm going to use this one for most of it, but let's just go under here. I don't want to force this too much because I don't want to bend my tip. So this I can just get, you know, whatever's loose. And I can use my other one. See how thick that was? Look at, well, you can't really tell on that one. That's about 3/16, but I haven't even gotten all the way up there yet. I'm first just gonna kind of get this loose stuff. Yeah, I use this putty knife for all kinds of stuff because it's nice and stiff. And remember, my screws are up here somewhere. Oh, there's one right there, so I don't want to hit right like that because I don't want to break that off or bend it. Right there. Like that. See how thick that fix-all was in the corner? That much in order for me to have these stairs floating down at a very slight angle. I can see where my next screw is, right there. See, after a while, my hand right there is going to get really super sore. So, when this gets hard, I can stop. This has a little metal end on it. I can just tap it with my hammer. Leaving the screws in because I'm going to use those for my straight edge when I put my other material on here to fix all this stuff. I'm not going to use fix-all again, that's for darn sure. And I've got my goggles on, my gloves on, my earplugs in. I should really have a mask on too, because when I sweep, there's lots of dust, and right now I'm lucky because the wind's coming down on me. Now you remember a while earlier, these steps were all in the sun, and now it's the afternoon. And now it's sunny on that side, but little by little the shade is just going to keep creeping over there. So if I didn't want to work over on that side, I could just stay here on this side and continue these stairs all the way down in the shade if I wanted, or I can just continue it on over, and that's what I've been doing. Let's do a little bit more here. I usually like to work from left to right, but because I'm in the right hand corner and because of the camera and stuff, I'm just going to leave the camera where it's at. Oh, let's try my crowbar, my flat bar, and this one has a curlicue in it right there. Most flat bars don't have that. That's if you get under a nail or something, you can pry it up like that. That's kind of slick. Okay, now let's see if I can't just use this a while. Turn it upside down. There's no way I would want to use that oscillating tool to try to get these steps off, because it would take too long and it would dull it. And this isn't taking that terribly long. I want to call that tool an all-in-one tool, but it's not. It's, I forget, an oscillating tool, you know, by vibrating thing. But I'm going to end up using that later to do a once-over on these and get some of the primer paint off of here, because I actually had these steps primed. I even primed them. I took the paint off of the old steps, and then I put a coat of primer on there before I put the fix-all on there the first time. I thought maybe it would help, because these steps have been so old, about 18 years old. And so, you know, now I'm going to have to take a lot of that paint off. I'll use a sander probably, and I could use paint remover. I could use the sander. I can use that oscillating tool first, rough it up, whatever. Okay. I'm not too concerned about all that just yet. My first and foremost is to get this stuff out of here. Then I'll deal with the next step. Just take your project in steps, step by step. Make a big project into 100 or 15, 20 little small mini projects. So my first mini project is removing all this failed material on my exterior stairs here. I kind of lucked out on some of these other steps. I got a couple pieces where I just jammed it in there and got it loose, and then it just kept popping up. But it's just going a little bit trickier. Don't let that discourage you. Just keep at it, you'll get it. Well, that's all I got for this time. But I'll be back with more videos. And maybe when I'm not running the video camera as I'm doing this, I should wear a dust mask, because I'm feeling it all down my throat and all the way down into my lungs. So when you're working, goggles, earplugs, gloves, and if need be, a dust mask. See you next time.